I like Sonic the Hedgehog. For Christmas in 2001, my brother and I were given a GameCube, and because I was too young to go into a GameStop, my brother got to go in by himself, and my parents let him pick out two games we could start our GameCube with. What were the two he came out with? Sonic Mega Collection and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. You hear that, Evan? This is all your fault. When we got home, we immediately set up Sonic Mega Collection and loaded up Sonic 2 so we could both play together. Well, together. He was Sonic and I was Tails, but I still really had a good time. When he went to school, I would try to play the game myself, but I was never able to get out of Emerald Hill Zone, as I wasn't used to how fast he was compared to the Mario games I had played before. And honestly, that boss at the end was absolutely terrifying for my 4-year-old brain. I like Sonic the Hedgehog because after playing Sonic 2, my brother and I were thrust down onto the streets of City Escape in Sonic Adventure 2. Not sure yet who this character really was or what was going on, since Sonic 2 and most of the classics don't really explain much. I mean, what was going on? Is he an experiment of the military running loose? What was he captured for? Why is he blue? I don't even have time to think, as the action has already gotten ahead of me because my brain is still processing the fact that Sonic just jumped out of a freaking military helicopter. Also, why are his shoes so unbelievably rad? I like Sonic the Hedgehog because after finishing the epic finale that was Sonic Adventure 2, I got to go back to the Sonic Mega Collection and experience the rest of the classic games there. I had played Sonic 2 first because obviously I had had experience with that one, though when my brother was at school, I could experiment a little bit. I could finally try out Sonic 1, the one that started it all. And I had some fun in Green Hill Zone, but realized all too quickly that Sonic 1 didn't have the spin dash. At that time, that was a big turnoff for me, because of how much I loved using the spin dash in Sonic 2. Eventually, I finished Sonic 1 and everything, but it just didn't grip me the same way that Sonic 2 or Sonic Adventure 2 had. I like Sonic the Hedgehog because I got to play Sonic 3, which was a fun romp through 6 zones, but felt kind of lackluster at the end. It just didn't have the same epicness that Sonic 2 did with the Death Egg Zone and all of that. But then, I hopped onto my Windows XP computer and found this website called GameWinners.com. And that said that if I loaded and quit Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles 20 times, that would unlock a new game. So I immediately rushed back over to my GameCube and feverishly loaded and quit and loaded and quit and loaded and quit both of those games. And what did it unlock? None other than Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which I wouldn't know at the time, but it would be one of the most influential video games of my entire life. I played and played and played and played Sonic 3 and Knuckles like there was no tomorrow, completely entranced with the visuals, with the levels, and especially the music. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one of those games where it is a great time every single time. I like Sonic the Hedgehog because after I got my fix with Sonic 3, Sonic Heroes was on the horizon. This was my first time where I knew about a Sonic game that wasn't released yet, and I was stoked. It was really hard to see any pre-release footage since I was still very young, and there was no YouTube, imagine that, to look up the trailers for it. But I was fired up anyway. When I finally got Sonic Heroes though, oh man, did I love it. I was finally able to join the hype of a Sonic game right as it was released, and it was awesome. Getting to start the game off as my favorite trio of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles was incredible, and I loved the team-based gameplay. Plus, who couldn't love the Team Blast? I like Sonic the Hedgehog because even in the present day, it is always exciting to see what Sega brings. Even in the disdain of releases like Sonic 06 or Sonic Forces, there is always this energy in the build-up unlike anything I experience with any other franchise. What is the story gonna be like? How will Sonic control? How many bangers are going to come from the soundtrack? Especially nowadays, I always feel like it is an event when a new Sonic game comes out. I like Sonic the Hedgehog because I know that no matter how many times I spin dash through Angel Island Zone or blast off the rocket in Metal Harbor, that rush of childhood nostalgia is always going to hit me. I mean, there really is no better feeling than hitting that flow state in a Sonic game, regardless if it's 2D or 3D. Like, in Sonic Mania Green Hill Act 2, when you hit those speed shoes and blast your way through the level by jumping at just the right times, oh, it's just so good. Or in Sonic Generations, when you're battling Perfect Chaos and your moves land so perfectly that you blast your way through the drowning cityscape, everything just falls into place. And the best part about it is that I know I am the one that did it. I am the one who's played these levels over and over again. I am the one that unlocks the true potential in Sonic's moveset. I am the one that has mastered the game's mechanics. And that is truly an empowering feeling. I like Sonic the Hedgehog because it has been a joy to be a part of the fan game scene. From playing games like Sonic Roboblast 2 to Sonic Project 06, and even all the way to the Mystery fan game. You'll find out more about that later. There's always something new and exciting around the corner. Fan game developers don't have the restraints Sonic Team does when it comes to game development, so what we get is a product of pure love and passion. One thing I don't see that often is appreciation for Sega turning a blind eye to these fan projects, and instead of DMCAing them or threatening to take them down, they instead allow them to flourish. It makes me wish that there were some sort of partnership system where both Sega and the fan creator can make a profit off of these incredible games without constraining the vision of the fan developers. I like Sonic the Hedgehog because there is no other group out there with the same passion, love, and dedication that Sonic fans have. I haven't seen many videos, if at all, for other franchises with a love like Perea's Sonic Was Always Good, or Some Call Me Johnny's attention-gripping reviews on games from the series. I know that is a bold claim coming from a Sonic fan, but Sonic isn't even my favorite video game franchise. Though, obviously it is way up there, or my YouTube channel and this video probably wouldn't exist. These works of pure art are just something I don't see in the fan bases of other media franchises. Ultimately, Sonic is a series that has its twists, turns, ups, downs, and all arounds. But I am thankful to have been a part of it for most of my life. As I sit here finalizing this video mere hours before the release of Sonic Frontiers, I realize no matter how many times I've booted up Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Project 06, or Sonic Adventure 2, it is always clear to me that, no matter what anyone says, I like Sonic the Hedgehog.